Hi, and welcome to the Right Away After Party. I'm Nick,
And I'm Kath.
and we're in the middle of discussing world building. This is part two of world building, and we're going to be talking about the atmospheric part of the world building. And Kath, take it away. Let me just tell me how you do it.
It's really interesting for me. I am so, especially in the book I'm currently writing, it's a trilogy and it's about young boys, and I'm so much more focused on the action that
Mm,
oftentimes I will forget to talk about the weather.
mm,
And especially because right now I'm in the desert, so the weather is like the same. Hot, always sunny, always baking. And I forget to talk about that a lot. And and I know that it does change things. So when I am actually in other situations working on other projects, I realize that yes, you can really play with if somebody's feeling blue, hey, make it rain outside.
uh-huh.
Have a gray day and a low ceiling. And immediately we all kind of go, oh, it's raining again.
Yes.
And everything goes a little downward looking. So, what about you? Are you good at sticking weather in your books?
I always have to remind myself. It's usually during revision that I remember to put weather in there. But I love to use weather because weather is a really good trigger to bring up, like if you need to add like a little nuance of a backstory, or if you want to add something, a little flavor to the character. Like a
Hmm,
lot of times they'll be like, oh, I remember this when it was a really bright sunny day the last time I saw my mom, or like you can bring in weather and another little character nuance at the same time. And I was thinking about your desert, like it would be really good to like remind the character, I mean, the reader, how much the character is baking in the sun, and like, the dehydration that's happening, and just the lack of energy because the sun just zaps you of all
hmm,
energy. And
hmm.
then maybe even give him some reprieve, and give him like a little cloudy day one day. It's like, oh, he could just be so grateful for that cloud cover, and just
Right.
so, I mean, I think using weather is so important, but not just what's happening, but like the smell of the weather and the feeling that like I just said, like the what how the character is being affected by the weather.
Yeah.
Um, in my thriller, Her Bones, weather is really really important because he's a farmer, so he's always checking the weather, and like in the background, I don't have him actually checking the weather, but like he reminds himself it's going to rain at 3 o'clock and I have to get all this done. And then, there's mud, and he's in Iowa. So like the weather there, it's kind of like Oklahoma in a way, where it's like, it shifts really quickly. Like 1 minute it'll be really sunny, and then he can just be downpouring, in like 15 minutes. So,
Hmm, hmm.
and then, it's getting all the animals in, corralling all the equipment. And so, yeah. So weather
True.
on a farm is really
And
important.
you don't always have to be specific about the weather itself, right? You can say
Yeah.
things like she grabbed her umbrella
Mm-hmm.
for the third day in a row,
Yeah.
and that tells us already that either there is rain or she expects rain, and that it's been raining for 3 days, but I never said
Yeah,
anything about the
exactly.
weather precisely.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think there's a scene it's like kind of think it remind me of a scene that I have in Her Bones, where he kicks the tractor because there's mud just caked in the tires, and he doesn't say that it just rained. He just talks about how the tires are just caked with mud.
Mm,
I mean, obviously it had rained. So I
yeah,
mean, like the weather can affect so many different things, you
true.
know,
From
and
anything, from our mood, from the way the cars work on the road to the way children feel at school. How about full moon? Oh my
yes.
word.
Yeah, and seasons too, like seasons. What
Hmm.
season is your book taking place in? Is it summer? Is it spring? Is it winter? Is it fall? How is that affecting your character and their atmosphere? So like there's just so many different things to play with when it comes to that. But the next thing I think we should discuss is the actual like where is your world taking place?
Sounds
Like
like a plan to
where
me.
have you anchored this world? So stay tuned for part three.
All right, my darling. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.